I'm recreating a recipe that didn't win on Triple Threat. I'm gonna make chips and Gruyere dip, and I'm gonna correct my mistakes. Let's take a look at how the episode actually went. Gruyere and potatoes are generally supporting characters, so I'm a little worried about making both of these ingredients stand out on their own.
I love the bechamel base of this sauce, but the Gruyere gets lost. Brooke, I just love the chips. That bechamel just could have taken probably another 2 cups of Gruyere.
So now that I've had more time to rethink this recipe and incorporate some of Amanda's critique into my process, there are a couple of methods of making things taste cheesier without actual cheese. To get started, I have these beautiful Yukon Gold potatoes. Be very mindful of where your fingers are on this mandolin. They're very sharp, and you're looking for these sort of almost paper-thin potato chips here. And these are gonna go into some water to release that extra starch. A few minutes up to sort of overnight, really. This could be done the day before. You don't want to drop these straight into the oil. I want to dry them off a little bit. A nice little blot here, make sure they're nice and dry. Now I have a pot of oil. I have the temperature at 325. Drop these in one by one, otherwise they will stick to each other. And while those are going, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my seasoning. And this is really sort of the secret ingredient here. Dehydrated vinegar powder. Tastes just like vinegar, but it's dry. So we obviously wouldn't want to dump vinegar onto these chips to get them soggy. Salt, of course, some black pepper. And to balance out that really, really tangy vinegar, I've also got a touch of sugar here. These are frying beautifully. You can see the edges are starting to brown. You want to flip them. These aren't all going to cook at the same rate, so you kind of have to gauge when it's time to pull them out. But this is a perfect potato chip. You can see how thin it is, and it's golden brown. This is the perfect time to season these potato chips. They still have a little bit of residual oil on them. The seasoning will stick. They're warm. They'll absorb the flavor. All right, so the cheese sauce that didn't quite hit with Amanda, we're gonna make it so that it would hit today. So we're gonna start with a roux, which is equal parts butter and flour. So I'll get that nice and bubbly. You can see in there the flour's cooking. I have whole milk here. You wanna whisk as you're adding the milk, and you can see this thickens super, super quickly. We're using sort of a little trick that actually Bobby taught me. Mustard enhances the flavor of cheese. I've got mustard powder, and I've got Dijon mustard as well. Taking some kosher salt, lots of Gruyere cheese, and this is the Monterey Jack cheese, which doesn't lend a whole lot of flavor, but gives you that really stringy, beautiful cheesiness. You know, you can really gauge the cheesiness of that sauce. If anyone tells me today that this cheese sauce is not cheesy enough, I call foul. I transferred that beautiful cheese sauce into a little fondue pot, which is gonna help keep it warm. Dip it in that cheese. So good, right? That cheese sauce is now perfect, but you can taste all of that cheese with the addition of the mustard. I will think of this dish for the rest of my life. This is a perfect potato Gruyere marriage.